Hello and welcome back to Around the World. Today we'll continue showing some of the most surreal places in the United States. There are numerous breathtaking natural wonders and exotic panoramas in the United States. In fact, there are so many that it would be difficult to include them all on a single list. If you have not seen part 1, please go back and view those awesome wonders. Having stated that, let's begin with this collection of wonders. Until you see them, that is, you probably won't believe that most of these sites actually exist. In Juneau, Alaska is the Mendenhall Glacier, but the 12-mile ice formation might as well be called magical, especially given the frozen allure of its ice caves, which were created when glacial ice water melted. It takes ice climbing and kayaking to get to the caves, so getting there is no easy task. However, if you're game, the journey is well worth it to view the transparent roofs and unearthly turquoise hues. Palo Duro, the second largest canyon in the country, is a breathtaking landscape located just south of Amarillo. The Grand Canyon of Texas, which is 120 miles long and 20 miles wide. Its depth is around 800 feet but, in some locations, it increases to 1,000 feet, dazzles with its rocky landscape. Palo Duro Canyon, from the Spanish meaning hard stick, has been named the Grand Canyon of Texas both for its size and for its dramatic geological features, including the multicolored layers of rock and steep mesa walls, which are similar to those in the Grand Canyon. It is part of Palo Duro Canyon State Park. The hoodoos are particularly impressive here. One of the best known and the major signature feature of the canyon is the Lighthouse Rock. A multiple-use, 6-mile round-trip loop trail is dedicated to the formation. In Watkins Glen, New York, is the Watkins Glen State Park. As soon as you step foot in this park, you'll be enchanted. 19 waterfalls are formed along the stream's 400-foot descent into the glen as it passes 200-foot rocks. You can experience the fantasy of it all on the Gorge Trail, where you'll find the Cavern Cascade, Spiral Tunnel and Suspension Bridge, Glen Cathedral, Rainbow Falls, Glen of Pools, and more. In Monahans, Texas is the Monahans Sandhill State Park. As you go through these 3,840 acres of rolling sand dunes, some of which even soar many stories into the air, you could get the impression that you're on another planet, or the loveliest sandbox ever. Due to wind and weather variations, the sand's undulating waves constantly change, creating an interesting ripple effect that will keep you spellbound. Whitaker Point. Not only is this bizarre rock weird, but the location has all but guaranteed its superstar status. It has been the site of several marriage proposals and wedding ceremonies. Famous photographs have been taken here. It has been named the best place in Arkansas to kiss, and Disney even filmed the opening scene of Tuck Everlasting here. A beautiful trip in and of itself is the 3-mile round-trip climb to Whitaker Point and back. Hamilton Pool Preserve is a recreational destination located in the Texas Hill Country west of Austin. Reservations are required to visit, and it is open for hiking and sightseeing. Hamilton Pool is a natural pool that was created when the dome of an underground river collapsed due to massive erosion thousands of years ago. Although this little piece of paradise is just a short drive from Austin, Texas, it will make you think you're not in Texas at all anymore. The tucked-away grotto reveals a 45-foot-tall waterfall that pours into a beautiful body of water beneath. The pool is surrounded by large slabs of limestone that rest by the water's edge. Large stalactites grow from the ceiling high above. The ceiling and surrounding cliffs of the grotto are home to moss, maidenhair fern and cliff swallows. It's like something from a fairy tale. In Alaska, the aurora is also commonly known as the Northern Lights, is a natural light display in Earth's sky, predominantly seen in high-latitude regions, around the Arctic and Antarctic. Auroras display dynamic patterns of brilliant lights that appear as curtains, rays, spirals, or dynamic flickers covering the entire sky. The rare and mystical lights are a phenomenon that you just have to see to believe. The best chances of glimpsing the aurora borealis are in Fairbanks and Anchorage during the winter when the weather is the coldest and when it is the darkest. But, any time from September to April can give you a front-row seat to this Alaskan magic show. Where the Texas Hill Country meets the Chihuahuan Desert sits thousands of acres of limestone-rich ranch country, the Caverns of Sonora. This national natural landmark, is a unique cave located 8 miles west of the small city of Sonora. It is a world-class cave because of its stunning array of calcite crystal formations, especially helictites. These helictites are found in extreme abundance, often with a rare purity and complexity. One formation is so densely packed with them, it has been dubbed the snake pit. The formation of the cave itself probably occurred between 1.5 and 5 million years ago. The cave's most famous formation was the butterfly. It was the only known formation like it in the world. It was formed by two fishtail helictite growths that share the same attachment point of the cave wall. The founder of the National Speleological Society, Bill Stevenson, said of the cave after his first visit, "This is the most indescribably beautiful cave in the world, its beauty cannot be exaggerated, not even by a Texan." The Wave is a sandstone rock formation located in Arizona, U.S., near its northern border with Utah. Surf the wave at this sandstone rock formation that doesn't look quite real. You can reach the breathtaking swirls of colors and shapes on the Coyote Buttes in the Paria Canyon Vermilion Cliffs Wilderness via a rather difficult, 6-mile round-trip hike. Just be aware that the soft sandstone is fragile, especially the ridges and ribbing of the wave. As a result, visitors must walk carefully to avoid breaking the small ridges. Due to its popularity and fragile nature, daily entrance is limited and only granted by daily lottery for a few. Imagine a fairy tale forest, and you'd see Rain Forest. From the blanket of moss to the fantastical ferns, and the canopy of greenery that envelopes nearly every bit of the scenery, it's a lush dream. And it's all the result of the heavy rainfall, 12 to 14 feet each year, throughout the winter season. The Rain Forest has a campground that is open year-round, with 72 sites located in the old-growth forest along the river. All campsites are reservable during the peak season and reservations are available online 6 months in advance. There are also places to stay just outside the park boundary, and in the town of Forks, less than a 1-hour drive by car. Mono Lake is a saline soda lake in Mono County, California, formed at least 760,000 years ago as a terminal lake in an endorheic basin. The lack of an outlet causes high levels of salts to accumulate in the lake which make its water alkaline. Those spectacular spires you see are known as tufa towers. The calcium carbonate formations are the result of the interaction of freshwater springs and alkaline lake water. But they're not the only spectacular thing about Mono Lake. The majestic, shallow body of water spans 65 square miles and is nothing short of an oasis in the dry Great Basin desert of California. It's almost like a mirage. We hope you enjoyed this list of surreal places around the U.S. If you love to travel and taking wonderful photos, do put these places on your bucket list. I know I will. Stay tuned for more great videos. We would appreciate it if you like and subscribe.